International Virtual Exchange, sometimes also referred to as Collaborative Online International Learning or COIL, is a pedagogy that connects university students in 2 or more countries via technology. In our case, that means that UW-Tacoma faculty partner with faculty in another country to link their courses. The faculty facilitates students working directly with each other, often in smaller groups, on shared assignments or projects that are related to the coursework. The 2 courses that are linked typically share some learning outcomes, but each course has its own syllabus and is credited by the home university. Students are also typically graded by their home institution. The 2 courses do not necessarily need to be in the same academic discipline, although they often are. International virtual exchange can take place synchronously or in real time, or asynchronously. We'll talk next about some common activity types. In many international virtual exchange classes, students engage in dialogue about a specific topic. In other cases, students collaborate on a shared project, often solving real-world problems. In business courses, we often also see international pitch competitions, where teams of students propose new business ideas to each other. Another kind of activity are hackathons, in which students work collaboratively on a software project, for example. What all of these activities have in common is that students usually interact with each other over a sustained period of time, and their collaboration is guided by faculty at their home university as well as the partner abroad. International virtual exchange opens up global learning for students without the need to travel, which is especially important for students who may not be able to participate in traditional education abroad. In the process of a virtual exchange course, students work in international teams and learn to navigate intercultural differences as they collaborate. They also develop valuable 21st century professional skills. They learn how to use digital communication tools and learn to appreciate diverse perspectives on a topic. Here are a few examples of IVE courses at the University of Washington, Tacoma. Dr. Ellen Moore in our School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences teaches an Ecology, Inequality, and Popular Culture course. In this course, Dr. Moore partnered with faculty at 2 higher ed institutions in Vietnam, Huawei University of Law and Nha Trang University. The courses addressed environmental issues. Specifically, they looked at plastics pollution in the water. The 2 classes met for a real-time discussion, and then smaller teams of students developed projects related to the course topic. Some students made bird feeders out of plastic bottles or learned how to turn plastic into reusable grocery bags. Students then documented their experiences with video and photo and shared them with students in the other country. Dr. Wei Chao Yuan in the School of Nursing and Healthcare Leadership teaches an Intro to Global Health course. Students partnered with a graduate class at Nanjing Medical University in China during the COVID-19 pandemic. The graduate students in Nanjing developed a qualitative survey about the students' experience with COVID-19. The survey included questions about how COVID-19 had impacted their daily lives, how their home state responded to the pandemic, and how their families understood COVID-19. Students in both countries answered the questions in writing, and then the graduate students at Nanjing Medical University analyzed the data and presented the results to the UW-Tacoma class. Professor Jacob Martins, a faculty member in our School of Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences, teaches an introductory academic writing course for which he collaborated with a faculty colleague at Universidad Veracruzana in Coatzacoalcos in Mexico. The students at UV were intermediate English language learners. After an introductory video icebreaker activity, students peer-reviewed each other's essays and provided feedback either in writing or via videos. During these exchanges, students discussed topics such as bilingual education, culture, immigration, and critical race theory. These are just a few examples of IVE courses. We have additional examples on the UW-Tacoma Office of Global Affairs website. Let's hear from students next. A student in Dr. Orlando Baiocchi's Computers, Ethics, and Society course that partnered with the University of Azores in Portugal had this to say. Thank you for a great class. I found the material much more interesting than I had anticipated. My mind was expanded in a way I had not imagined. It is good to sometimes be forced into new perspectives and activities that are outside of the comfort zone. A student from Dr. Vanessa de Virch-Woodside's Spanish language class shared this. It was extremely beneficial, and I do believe that it was overwhelming at first. However, this is also how I learned the most about Mexico, and this really helped me stay engaged with the class. I had something to look forward to every week from other students, and I knew that we all had different lives to share. On the other side of the exchange, a student in the partner class in Mexico had this to say. I thought the program was a refreshing twist with academic learning. I have not had much experience with people who live in other countries and have never been to the U.S. It was interesting to learn more about his culture and the differences and similarities between our cultures. If you're interested in learning more about international virtual exchange, please reach out to us in the Office of Global Affairs. You can also take a look at the resources available on our website, which include training materials for faculty and examples of previous IVE courses.